As we age, we often notice that simple actions become unexpectedly difficult. Going downstairs without holding onto a railing, standing in line at the store for a long time, or walking a few blocks at a leisurely pace, all of it starts to require an effort we never noticed before. Many seniors feel their legs becoming less responsive, their muscles losing firmness, and fatigue coming more quickly. This is not just a natural part of aging that can be easily dismissed. It is a warning sign that the body is losing vital functions. One of the most serious consequences is the risk of losing independence. According to the World Health Organization, after the age of 65, every third person faces a significant loss of muscle mass and strength, which increases the risk of falls and serious injuries by more than 60%. These findings are also confirmed by studies from the American Academy of Neurology, noting that leg weakness is directly linked to faster development of dementia and cardiovascular disease. To prevent this and preserve your independence in later years, be sure to watch this video until the end. You will learn simple yet effective steps that help maintain leg strength and confidence in every movement. Subscribe to our channel, give a like, and support us with a comment if this topic is important to you. Weakening of the legs in old age is not caused by aging alone. Several factors contribute to it, such as sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, poor circulation, changes in the nervous system, protein deficiency in the diet, and decreased physical activity. Each of these factors acts subtly, unnoticed at first. A person may initially feel slight stiffness after a long walk, later needing to sit down more often, and eventually may become afraid to leave the house unnecessarily. This leads to a vicious cycle. Less movement leads to less strength, and less strength leads to even less movement. This process can be stopped if action is taken in time. One of the most important steps in fighting leg weakness is increasing the intake of high-quality protein. According to the European Society for Clinical Nutrition, people over 65 often experience protein deficiency, which is directly linked to the worsening condition of muscle tissues. Your diet should include lean meats, fish, eggs, cottage cheese, legumes, and nuts. It is especially important to distribute protein intake evenly throughout the day so the body can effectively absorb amino acids. Along with protein, it is necessary to monitor vitamin D levels, as it plays a key role in maintaining muscle strength and bone health. A deficiency of this vitamin significantly increases the risk of falls and fractures, as highlighted by research published in the medical journal Geriatrics and Aging. Besides nutrition, regular physical activity plays a critical role. It is a mistake to think that older adults should avoid exercise. On the contrary, moderate leg muscle training is the key to maintaining their function. Simple exercises are suitable. Standing calf raises, slow wall squats, and straight leg lifts while lying down. The main thing is to perform them regularly, starting with a small number of repetitions and gradually increasing the load. To support blood circulation, outdoor walks are very beneficial, especially on uneven surfaces where various muscle groups work actively. It is also important to remember stretching. Gentle stretching movements help maintain the flexibility of ligaments and prevent joint stiffness. Weight control is another essential aspect. Excess weight places additional stress on the legs, accelerating their wear and deepening the feeling of heaviness. This is particularly dangerous for the knee and hip joints. Moderate weight loss through proper nutrition and increased physical activity can greatly improve overall well-being and bring back ease of movement. However, it is important to avoid strict diets as they can lead to a deficiency of vital nutrients. The health of the cardiovascular system also plays a major role. With age, blood flow to the leg muscles worsens, leading to tissue oxygen deficiency. A study conducted by the Harvard Institute for Aging found that regular aerobic exercise, brisk walking, swimming, cycling, improves muscle capillarization, increases blood flow, and slows the development of sarcopenia. Even 20 minutes of activity per day can bring a noticeable benefit. Special attention should be given to preventing joint diseases such as arthritis and osteoarthritis. These conditions not only cause pain, but also lead to muscle atrophy due to forced inactivity. At the first signs of discomfort, it is important to see a doctor, start physiotherapy, use supportive orthopedic aids, maintain good posture, and minimize joint overload. Often, leg weakness is also triggered by hidden problems in the nervous system. With age, the transmission of nerve impulses to the muscles deteriorates, reducing their responsiveness and strength. To support the nervous system, it is essential to ensure full sleep, manage stress, maintain sufficient intake of B vitamins, especially B12, and engage in moderate mental activities that stimulate brain function. It is important not to forget about the role of hydration. A lack of water in the body affects metabolism in the muscles, worsens joint flexibility, and increases fatigue. Seniors are recommended to drink small portions of water throughout the day, even if they do not feel a strong sense of thirst. It is also important to limit caffeine and alcohol consumption, as both contribute to dehydration. Maintaining healthy legs is impossible without paying close attention to footwear. Poorly fitting shoes increase the risk of falls, foot deformities, calluses, and knee problems. Preference should be given to comfortable models with a wide toe box, soft cushioning, and reliable foot support. It is especially important to replace shoes promptly when they lose their shape or become slippery. Throughout life, our legs remain our support, keeping the body in motion and giving us the freedom to move, work, enjoy walks, and meet with others. However, after the age of 65, an unnoticed process often begins, one that is wrongly seen as inevitable. Muscle weakening, reduced endurance, and loss of ease in movement. Each morning can bring new challenges. Getting out of bed becomes less confident, standing for long periods causes fatigue, and familiar walks require more effort. At this time, the fragility of the body becomes especially noticeable, and any everyday task, whether cleaning, shopping, or visiting a doctor, can turn into a real ordeal. At first glance, it may seem like the natural course of time. However, in reality, specific physiological processes are at play, and they can be slowed down or even reversed. According to the Canadian Academy of Sports Medicine, in people over 65 years old, muscle mass loss occurs at a rate of 1 to 2% per year. Without correction, a person can lose up to 20% of muscle tissue within 10 years, leading to weakening not only of the legs, but of the entire musculoskeletal system. This affects walking speed, stability while walking, the ability to climb stairs, and even simply maintaining balance. The combination of muscle weakness and reduced bone density, osteoporosis, is especially dangerous, and it too progresses with age. What exactly happens in the muscles? First, the number and size of muscle fibers decrease, especially those responsible for fast, powerful movements. Second, the nourishment of muscles worsens due to weakening of the capillary network. Third, the level of anabolic hormones, such as testosterone and growth hormone, decreases, both critical for maintaining strength and tissue recovery. All of this results in even small physical efforts causing fatigue, with recovery taking longer and longer. However, there is good news. Even at 70, 80, or beyond, muscles retain the ability to recover and grow with proper stimulation. Leg strength can be maintained and even improved through specific actions. One of them is regular strength training using body weight or minimal additional resistance. In the beginning, simple exercises are enough. Standing calf raises, slow wall squats, and side or backward leg swings. The key point is to train regularly, at least 2 to 3 times a week, giving the muscles a steady stimulus to regenerate. In addition to exercise, attention must be paid to recovery. Older muscles require more time for regeneration after exertion. Full sleep, balanced nutrition, and a sufficient intake of protein allow recovery processes to accelerate. According to a study published in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition, seniors should consume at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily to effectively maintain muscle mass. Another important factor is addressing hidden causes of muscle weakening. One of them is chronic inflammation. As we age, inflammatory markers in the blood naturally increase, contributing to muscle tissue destruction. To combat this, it is recommended to include anti-inflammatory foods in the diet, fatty fish like salmon and sardines, nuts, olive oil, berries, greens, and to limit sugar, processed foods, and saturated fats. The condition of blood vessels also directly affects leg strength. Atherosclerosis, the thickening of artery walls, slows blood flow and leads to oxygen starvation of tissues. To support vascular health, it is important to include sources of omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and antioxidants in the diet, maintain normal blood pressure, and avoid smoking. The American Heart Association reports that quitting smoking, even after the age of 65, significantly reduces the risk of worsening peripheral blood circulation. Reduced physical activity is another factor that speeds up leg weakening. After retirement, many people experience a decrease in natural everyday movement. If earlier workdays required constant movement, stairs, and standing, now most of the time is spent sitting. To compensate for this, it is crucial to consciously add movement into the daily routine. Walking whenever possible, choosing stairs instead of elevators, and doing light morning exercises. Even a short walk after a meal helps stimulate blood circulation in the legs and prevents stagnation. Psychological factors should not be overlooked. Anxiety, fear of falling, and depression lead to reduced physical activity and faster muscle atrophy. Working on mental health, participating in group workouts, practicing senior yoga, and communicating with like-minded people help maintain motivation and confidence. If needed, it is important to seek help from professionals to overcome internal barriers. The importance of monitoring medication use should also not be forgotten. Some drugs, especially those used to treat high blood pressure, diabetes, or mental health conditions, can cause side effects such as muscle weakness or coordination problems. If new symptoms appear, it is essential to consult a doctor to adjust therapy if necessary. Restoring leg strength after the age of 65 requires a comprehensive approach. It is not enough to simply exercise or eat well. It is crucial to connect all elements into a single system of self-care. Regular strength exercises, maintaining activity in daily life, balanced nutrition, vascular and joint health control, and attention to mental well-being. All of these are links in one chain that must not be broken if the goal is to preserve freedom of movement and the joy of an active life. To fully maintain healthy legs after 65, it is important to consider another subtle but critical aspect: changes in connective tissue structure. With age, tendons lose elasticity, become less flexible, and the risk of microtraumas increases. This makes every movement more tiring and slows recovery after physical exertion. Accumulating stiffness in ligaments and fascia leads to reduced mobility and a feeling of tightness in the knees, hips, and ankles. To prevent this, it is necessary to regularly perform stretching exercises, gentle stretching, and active tissue mobilization. Yoga, Pilates for seniors, and simple stretches while seated can help maintain flexibility and thus support freedom of movement. Special attention should be given to hidden inflammatory joint diseases such as osteoarthritis. This condition develops slowly over years, gradually destroying cartilage tissue. Knee pain while walking, morning stiffness, and joint cracking sounds are early signals that should never be ignored. According to a study by the University of Melbourne, after 65 years of age, more than 40% of people show signs of osteoarthritis, with women being affected more often than men. Preventive measures include maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding excessive joint strain, using comfortable shoes, and seeking medical help at the first signs of trouble to start therapy early. In addition to obvious diseases, leg weakness can also be associated with endocrine system disorders. For example, reduced thyroid function, hypothyroidism, often causes general muscle weakness, particularly in the legs. Symptoms may be subtle: rapid fatigue, a feeling of heaviness in the muscles, and tissue swelling, Regular medical checkups and hormone testing help detect hidden issues early and correct them. Maintaining normal hormonal balance is a key part of the strategy for preserving strength and activity. Nutrition rich in micronutrients plays a major role in leg health. Magnesium, potassium, calcium, zinc, and B vitamins, especially B6 and B12, are vital for normal muscle and nerve function. A deficiency in magnesium can cause cramps, weakness, and a sensation of heavy legs. A potassium deficiency can impair nerve impulse transmission and lower muscle tone. Therefore, it is important to regularly consume foods like bananas, nuts, leafy greens, legumes, low-fat dairy products, and whole grains. In some cases, a doctor may recommend taking vitamin and mineral supplements to address any deficiencies. An essential type of exercise not to forget is balance training. It is necessary not only for fall prevention, but also for activating the deep muscles that maintain body stability. Simple exercises such as standing on one leg near a support, slowly shifting weight from one foot to the other, or walking in a straight line with eyes closed help develop coordination. According to a study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, regular balance training reduces the risk of falls among seniors by almost 50%. Very often, the problem of leg weakness is made worse by a sedentary lifestyle, combined with long periods of sitting. Staying in a chair or on a couch for hours reduces blood flow to the lower limbs, promotes swelling, and weakens the muscles of the glutes and thighs, the muscles responsible for maintaining an upright posture. To avoid this, it is important to stand up every 40 to 50 minutes. Take a few steps around the room, squat slightly, or simply stretch your arms upwards. Even these short breaks significantly improve blood circulation and slow down muscle degradation. Another hidden threat to leg health is type 2 diabetes. Disrupted glucose metabolism damages small blood vessels and nerve endings, especially in the legs and feet. This can cause loss of sensitivity, numbness, cramps, and a higher risk of infections from minor injuries. According to a report from the American Diabetes Association, about 30% of people over 65 show hidden or obvious signs of impaired carbohydrate metabolism. To protect your legs, it is crucial to regularly monitor blood sugar levels, follow healthy eating principles, maintain a healthy weight, and engage in physical activity suited to your health condition. Special attention should also be given to nighttime recovery. During sleep, vital processes of tissue regeneration occur, proteins are synthesized, and cellular damage is repaired. However, with age, sleep often becomes more shallow and fragmented. A lack of quality sleep is directly linked to faster loss of muscle mass and worsening of motor functions. To improve sleep, it is recommended to stick to a daily routine. Avoid heavy meals before bedtime, limit exposure to bright light in the evening, and create a quiet, cool environment in the bedroom. When working on restoring leg strength, it is important to follow the principle of gradual progression. A sudden increase in load can cause injuries, strains, and setbacks. It is better to start with light exercises, slowly increasing their duration and intensity. Any pain in the joints or muscles should be a signal to adjust the exercise program and consult a doctor or physiotherapist. And finally, one of the strongest motivations is realizing that leg strength and activity are directly linked to life expectancy. Studies conducted at Kyoto University showed that people over 75 years old who could stand up from a chair without using their hands lived, on average, 25% longer than those who struggled with this simple action. Maintaining leg strength is not about appearance. It is about freedom, independence, and self-respect. The ability to go outside independently, visit children, shop, go to the theater, or simply enjoy a walk in the park. All of it becomes possible only if your legs are strong, your muscles active, and your body ready to support your desires. If you have watched this video to the end, it means your health and activity truly matter to you. That alone is a huge step toward longevity and a full life without limitations and pain. Strong legs are not just about physical strength. They are about staying independent, free to move, meet friends, walk in the park, travel, and be close to loved ones during life's most important moments. Caring for your health means treating yourself with love and respect. If what we talked about today was useful to you, if you learned something important or felt motivated to act, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription helps us grow a community of people who value activity and want to live longer, better, and happier. Give a like if this topic resonated with you, if you agree that movement is life, and that even a single right step each day can change the future. We would also be very happy to hear your opinion. Share in the comments what challenges with movement you have already overcome, or which tips you found particularly helpful. Your experience may inspire others, offering support to those just beginning their journey to restoring their strength. Every word you share, every comment you leave, is a contribution to a greater cause, a source of encouragement for many people who might feel alone in their struggle right now.